Hello, this is Sarah Alsamani, and I'm going to guide you on how to write a formal essay. In the several years I've spent teaching and tutoring students, I've noticed that students voice the same concerns about formal writing. I hope these tips and tricks help you as a writer. Writing is an exploration. You start from nothing and learn as you go. I agree with E.L. Doctorow that writing is a process and everyone's process is different. What is a formal essay? A formal essay is organized. You'll have an introduction paragraph with a thesis statement, at least 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion paragraph. A formal essay is also focused. You'll want to stay on topic so that it can best convey a clear message to the reader. It also conforms to a formatting style. So there's 3 formatting styles that are usually followed: MLA, APA, or Chicago style. An organized essay helps the reader follow along. You'll have an introduction paragraph. It'll start out with an attention getter or hook sentence, which typically is a question or a bold statement. For example, if I'm writing an essay about my favorite restaurants, I could ask, what qualities make a restaurant great? You want to lead into the thesis statement. So, for example, I believe a restaurant can only be measured by its staff, ambiance, and food quality. You'll also need to summarize the entire essay using a thesis statement. So for my restaurant essay, I could say, my 3 favorite restaurants in the world are Smoky Joe's Barbecue in Dothan, Alabama, Firenze Trattoria in Salem, Massachusetts, and From Scratch in Fairmont Hot Springs, British Columbia, Canada. You'll want to have at least 3 body paragraphs in your essay. And those body paragraphs will need to start with a topic sentence that spells out what the paragraph is about. So for my restaurant example, I could have the topic sentence, the staff at Smoky Joe's make you feel like you are part of a family. You'll want to use at least 3 body paragraphs as evidence of the thesis statement. So just remember that these body paragraphs need to relate back to your overall point or thesis statement. At the end of the body paragraph, you want to transition to the next body paragraph. So for example, I could have, while the staff at Smoky Joe's is my favorite, the ambiance at Firenze Trattoria is much better. See how that transitions into my second body paragraph, which would be about Firenze Trattoria. You must have a conclusion paragraph in your essay. You'll want to restate the thesis statement. So for example, I could write, Smoky Joe's, Firenze Trattoria, and From Scratch are the best restaurants I have eaten at. Notice that it is shorter than my thesis statement, but it essentially reemphasizes that these are my 3 favorite restaurants. Your conclusion paragraph should inform the reader what you want him or her to take away from the essay. What is your overall message? You also want to conclude with a point that has a tone of finality. So you want to use outlines to stay focused. A lot of students get overwhelmed with outlines because they think you need the ABs, 1, 2, 3s, and all of the formal aspect of it, but you really don't have to have it that formal. Outlines don't have to be formal to help create formal essays. Focus on what material needs to go in your introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. Jot down ideas. If your essay requires research, write out which quotes go where. An outline can be as simple or as complex as you need it to be. The importance of an outline is that it helps you focus and stay on topic. Differing formatting styles are required for various subjects and majors. So for instance, MLA formatting is the formatting of English majors and English courses, of course. So once you've pulled up your Microsoft Word document and you're ready to type this essay, you'll want to change the font to Times New Roman 12 point. Another step is that you'll need to do double space for the entire essay. You'll also want to insert page numbers in the top right hand of the page and type your last name next to the number 1. At the top left hand side of your essay, you'll want to have your name, then the instructor's name, the course number, and then the date that the essay is due. Don't forget to create a works cited page if the essay includes anyone else's ideas. APA formatting is the formatting style of education and psychology majors. Just like with MLA formatting style, you'll need to change the font to Times New Roman 12 point. Also like MLA, you'll need to have double space for the whole essay. One thing that differs between APA and MLA is that you'll want the page number in the top right-hand corner, but instead of your name, you'll want the essay title in the left-hand corner, and it's going to be in all caps. Another difference between MLA and APA is that APA has 4 sections. There's a title page, abstract, main body, and reference page instead of a works cited page. So don't forget to create a reference page if the essay includes anyone else's ideas in it. The last style is Chicago style, and this is the formatting of history majors. Just like with MLA and APA, you'll use Times New Roman 12 point. But one thing that's different with this style versus MLA and APA is that you can't double space the entire essay. You'll need to single space block quotations, the bibliography entries, and your footnotes. Another way that this style is different from MLA and APA is that you will only have the page numbers in the right-hand corner instead of your last name or the title. You'll often need a title page for Chicago style, but it's important to ask your instructor first to make sure that they are requiring a title page. Utilize footnotes and create a bibliography page if the essay includes anyone else's ideas. For all 3 of these styles, I highly recommend checking out the OWL at Purdue website, and you can just Google OWL at Purdue. Purdue is Purdue. Has really good information about all citations and formatting styles, and they have example essays for every style. Just as there are various formatting styles, there are a multitude of essay genres. Reflective essays reveal something about the writer's life, perceptions, or realizations. Here's an example of a reflective thesis statement. I have realized that parenthood is both my greatest challenge and my most exciting reward. Notice that the writer is reflecting on his or her own parent style and how that's essentially affected his or her life. So for this type of essay, you can use first person or I, since you are essentially reflecting on your own life, and that would be very difficult to do without using I. Analysis essays examine a work of literature, film, or piece of art. Here's an example of an analytical thesis statement. The relationship between Hamlet and Ophelia offers a realistic glimpse of courtly love during Shakespeare's era. Notice that the author does not have I in that thesis statement, and you really want to shy away from using I in analysis essays. You want to use third person. So, for example, this one used Hamlet, Ophelia, and Shakespeare as subjects. Researched essays include outside resources as evidence for an argument. Here's an example of a research thesis statement. Scientists from the China Academy of Sciences have proven the existence of climate change. Researched essays require a works cited page for MLA formatting, references page for APA formatting, or a bibliography page for Chicago style. Outside sources like articles, books, and videos should be included, and you'll want to get all of the information for these outside sources. So authors, titles, publication information, all of that information will be necessary on these pages. For a research essay, you want to stay in third person. So for example, for that thesis statement, we used scientists as the subject. You need to steer clear of plagiarism. Plagiarism occurs when the writer does not give credit to an outside source for information he or she did not know before researching. Plagiarism is a very serious issue because it is stealing someone else's ideas. Punishment for plagiarism can vary depending on the severity of the plagiarism. Utilize intake citations to give outside sources credit for ideas when you're using MLA and APA formatting. Footnotes are necessary for Chicago style. Like I said before, it's important to Google OWL at Purdue because then they can actually show you what that looks like in action. Stephen Wright once said, "I'm writing a book. I've got the page numbers done." Writing is a process. Every step you take in the process is one step closer to a finished, formal essay. If you have any questions, please visit us in the Writing Center. We look forward to helping you become a better writer. Thanks. Have a great day.